What's going on, gamers and synthwave enthusiasts? It is your boy Decepticon. Thanks for joining me back on my channel. It has been a little bit of time since I've done some gaming content, and I am back though. And today we're going to be going over some N64 games that you can play with the Wii Wheel. Believe it or not, we're going to start off I'm using Not64. I'm 99% sure that the same settings can be used in Wii 64, the other N64 emulator. You need to go to this option first in settings, and I'm going to walk you through it. So first you're going to go to settings, going to go to input, configure buttons, and down here you're going to see that this little option where I'm highlighting and hovering over it says tilt. It's kind of the same thing, but we're gonna go over to wheel. Okay, you're just gonna click that button and hit wheel. If you do have any questions about any of my other mods or mixes or this video in particular, head on over to the Discord. I'll leave that link down in the description below so you guys can join and get all the answers there. First game we're gonna be trying out is of course F-Zero X, and this is an amazing game, or one of the installments in F-Zero. There are a couple graphical errors, like a little bit of glitches here and there, which you're gonna see, but not bad. We're gonna go to GP race. Oh, another thing you're gonna need to get used to is navigating the menu screens with the tilt. This is a little weird, so that's something you're gonna have to get used to, especially with the up and down tilting. You might see that in a second here, but for the most part, pretty intuitive. Okay, we're gonna take the easy route because like I said, I haven't played this that much, and we're gonna go with Blue Falcon, of course, because he's the main. Okay, and I'm gonna go with a little more acceleration and less max speed for this. Go to OK. All right, here we go. So this just handles amazing. It is so fluid, and for those of you that are diehard about sticking to the controller, I mean, I don't know. First off, the N64 controller in general, it's a horrible controller. It's probably one of the worst controllers that Nintendo has ever come out with. And I love N64. I was so happy when I got that console, and I don't know, going back to it now, it's just so wonky. But okay, sticking to the racing games in general, like this is how the racing games on N64 were meant to be played. I do know that there was a Logitech racing wheel that came out on the N64 a long time ago, and I don't think it was made to work for every single game. I didn't even find out about this until recently, to be honest, but I don't think it worked with F-Zero, that's for sure. But if you're interested in trying this out, oh my god, I 100% recommend it. Just if you have a Wii Wheel, I don't think it's gonna feel the same without the Wii Wheel, but you gotta try this out. And I'm only gonna play a little bit of this just to show you guys how fluid the game first off is, but also how fluid the actual controls are with the Wii remote. And I forgot, did I pass up a jump on this already? With jumps, you can actually lean the Wii wheel down a bit to help you kind of nosedive, because F-Zero on the N64 does have that, where there you go. You see I just did a nosedive to land a little bit faster, and I got first place. Thanks to the Wii wheel, but no, this is the way that you want to play F-Zero, and at least on the N64. And I think we're gonna move on to another game next. If you want to see more gameplay of me playing F-Zero on the N64 with the Wii Wheel, I can do a whole episode about that. So just let me know down in the comments below. And we are back to the second game, Ridge Racer 64. One of my favorite racing games on the N64. I own this when I used to have the N64. And it's a little bit different than the game on the PlayStation, and I never played it in the arcade either, so I can't really compare it to that. But okay, actually, let's go back. Load. Yes, I'm loading my own saves, by the way. Okay, let's go back. We're gonna go to time attack just to get a feel of the game. So I have played this a lot on the Wii actually with the racing wheel, as a matter of fact. So this game is pretty glitchy, okay, at first. There are a couple tracks on here where at certain parts you're gonna see the graphics just get abstract. So like if you're sensitive to flashing lights or anything like that, don't play this game. Or just close your eyes for the next minute or so. Let's go ahead and jump to a stage that doesn't have a lot of that. And we're gonna go ahead and do 3 laps with, we're gonna choose this car actually. And yeah, we'll go with that color. Okay, and we're gonna go to, I guess, the R class. It's not really fast, but it's not really slow either. Okay, so the driving mechanics in this game are pretty hard to get used to in general. So it's gonna take you some time because there is a lot of drifting in this game, and not just regular drifting, it is over the top, just ridiculous type of drifting, and it's a lot harder to handle driving on this game than it would be on, say, F-Zero X, which we just played. And you're gonna see here, you're gonna see me crashing a lot, but it's fun. This is way better than playing again with the N64 controller. Sorry if I drop the Wii Wheel 2 out of the camera every now and then, but it's gonna happen. So okay, I had to check the camera to see that you guys are watching me steer while I'm driving. And again, this is just another way of making these racing games on the N64 so much better. It just brings more, or I should say, it brings added life to these games. It makes them feel new again, despite the N64's graphics and these little polygons. But I love this generation of graphics, by the way, when it was the jump from 2D to 3D. Super nostalgic, especially if you threw on maybe some drum and bass in the background and you play that music while playing these games. That nostalgia hits in a different way. But once you get used to the driving on this, and again, I am playing a slightly faster mode, I mean, it becomes secondhand nature. It's so fun. This is how racing games are meant to be played. Like the newer games, like the new Gran Turismo that came out, there are just people that are diehard about playing it with the controller. And if that's your cup of tea, I mean, that's cool, but it just sounds so second nature to me. And I actually played it on the PS VR2 at my buddy's place a little while back, and it looked amazing, but it was just kind of weird playing it in VR but with a controller. It was just a little off. But I mean, any type of racing game, for me, this is how you do it. If you can't get a Logitech wheel or some type of you know, a powered electric wheel or something like that, then this is the next best option. So we're probably gonna finish up these 3 laps here. Gonna see, ooh, I was gonna say how good I am, which obviously it's not that good. I still need to do some practicing on this. And even when I used to play this with the regular stock N64 controller, and this is before my N64 controller was all beat up too, I would still crash all over the place. I mean, these the racing mechanics on this game in particular are very unique from a lot of other racing games. And I'm probably not even drifting as much as I should be for this game, because I suck at drifting. I suck at drifting in any racing game. Need for Speed Underground, all of those games where it would require you to drift, or there were some drift sections, I would fail or barely pass, kind of like high school. Okay, I got one more lap, and we're gonna see. Oof, that was close. I don't know if you noticed that the screen does glitch here and there, and there are instances where it's even worse than that. But I mean, most of the time it's not even a full second. It doesn't really bother me after I've gotten used to it. Oh, here we go. Getting good with the turns. A little choppy, but otherwise not too bad. And the finish line. the Wii Wheel and Ridge Racer 64. So good. Okay, on to the next game. Game San Francisco Rush 2049, another one of my favorite racing games on the N64. I am playing all the bops today, at least in my opinion. I'm looking for one of my favorite tracks. This one, I love this track. And change the car. There we go. I would change the color and the rims, but it's a little hard to do with this. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna try and navigate through the menu just so you guys can see. It is kind of difficult to navigate through the menu with the motion controls on the Wii Wheel. Handling, we're gonna keep it normal. We're gonna go to a Turbo 350. That I don't think you can change. The frame we're gonna put to standard, that we can get a little more speed. Wings we're gonna keep small, and I don't like this color. Let's change this to, let's see, black. Oops. Wait, where's blue? There, no, that's the blue I would usually get. And change this to pure white. And then now to flex the rims. Now that's a flex. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna do a different view on this. Oh my God. See, this is what I was talking about with the with the view. Oh crap. How do I change my view? Oh, there we go. So usually I like to drive like this, but I just want to give you guys a different view for once. Ooh, this is what happens when I'm not paying attention to when I'm driving. Wait, what? Race over. Let's race again. I did something. Oh, I changed the setting to where if you crash, you die. Whatever, I guess it just can't crash. God. So there goes the glitchy graphics. Like I said, it's usually less than a second at times. Okay, and I forgot to mention, but I don't know if you guys noticed that the graphics, the pixels on here are a little bit smoother. That's because I'm using the M Classic and a HDMI converter. It's the, oh my God, how can I not remember the name right now? I'll have to leave the name of that in the description below, of the HDMI connector or the converter. But basically, the Hyperkin HDMI converter. So those two together basically help to make the graphics on this a lot smoother with anti-aliasing. And I'm gonna do a video on that again. I actually kind of want to live stream something like that on my Discord, just to show everyone the difference of what it makes on the Wii using these upscalers and whatnot. There are the Wii 2 HDMIs that are cheap, and they don't really do anything aside from really just making your screen adapt to a 1080p TV. It doesn't really upscale the resolution, whereas the setup that I have, it does. You're obviously not gonna get better graphics per se. Like, you're not gonna see this game look to the level of like a PS4 or anything like that, but you are going to see a lot of those jaggies disappear. And when you're playing on a 50-inch screen or bigger like myself, it does make a difference, especially because I play the Wii all of the time. And if you're going to be playing every once in a while and you only play on a small monitor or something like that, it's not worth it. Don't do it. But that whole setup cost me about $130, $140, which, I mean, again, I think it's totally worth it. Plus the fact that I'm creating content, so I want to try and get a good picture out of this little Wii console that I have. And there are other options of upscaling it, better options actually, but it requires soldering or sending your Wii off to a private party to kind of open up your Wii and just do all of this crazy installing stuff. Okay, I'm going crazy right here. Let's see if I live. I think I'm gonna live. Oh, I lived. Then yeah, I mean, I didn't want to go through all that, but hey, if you want to go through that professional route, you might even get a better picture quality than I do. But this is what I wanted to do, and plus I'm not good at soldering myself. So many people on my channel and the comments are, oh, you could have gotten a better picture, just solder it. First off, I'm not into soldering. Second, I don't even have a workshop or anything like that. And third, I'm not trying to burn myself or burn my apartment down, so I'm good. but thanks for the information. You know, maybe some other time when I get comfortable with that stuff. But I mean, you're seeing the graphics on here, and it looks smoother. Go ahead and compare it to just some regular N64 content on YouTube and just do the comparison for yourself. So at least I didn't die. That's the good news. Bad news is I'm in 6th place and I'm still not completely done. I wish they would just end the race right there and put me out of my misery. But this is a lot easier to drive with than Ridge Racer 64. This is more in line with just your basic arcade style racing. You tilt to the left and right, unless you're gonna use so this game has wings when you do a jump, and you do that by using this little trigger. That little trigger button, and then you can tilt up or down to control the direction of your car when it's landing, or not flying, but hovering, floating, gliding. That's the word. And other than that, it's pretty much left and right, and it's a fun experience. Boom, 6th place. Okay, on to the next. Now we're playing Cruisin' World. Now I know this game hits for a lot of you out there, especially the N64 or people that have been, I was gonna say N64 people, or people that have just been gaming in the arcade in the 90s. Yeah, I'm sure this is gonna hit you pretty good. A classic arcade game, and when they ported it to the N64, I thought it was really good because it's a good port. It feels pretty much like the arcade in a sense. Okay, I'm lying. I never played the arcade version, okay, but I did watch it a lot, and it looks pretty much on par. All right, gonna go to practice cruise. Let's go to practice cruise. I just want to cruise. I just want to take a chill, and we're gonna go to automatic, and we're gonna go with the Supra Kamikaze all-wheel drive, and easy, medium. Let's stick with easy. Hawaii. This is such a fun game. Okay, so this one I'm gonna change the. Oops. How do I change the view on here? Ah, there we go. Oh. There we go. This is the view I like in the car. Okay, so I noticed on this game, when you tilt down or tilt up, it affects the steering more or less. It makes it either, whoa, here we go, whoa, dang, see, it either makes it a hard turn or a light turn, either oversteering or understeering pretty much. So this one you do need to get used to, and just keep in mind the tilting does affect your gameplay. Like, oh man, so smooth once you get used to it. Gonna go ahead and do a little wheelie, get some speed. Just like how I used to watch in the arcade, because I didn't have enough quarters to play, and everybody else that was playing had a lot more quarters than I did. Back then, I think I put all my quarters into Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Hey, love what you gotta love. I mean, those are my go-tos back then. Okay, and a little lonely out here on the tracks. It's kind of liminal in a sense, because I'm the only one that's racing, and yeah, there's nothing out here. Liminal spaces. It's like the back rooms, but on the racetrack. I got first at least, or last, however you want to think about it. Alright, let's go ahead and try one more game, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Okay, the music that you're listening to right now is my last chillwave mix that I came out with and uploaded about maybe a year and a half ago, and just wanted to remind you all that this is also a music channel where I upload a lot of DJ mixes. And if you're into synthwave, which I think a majority of the people watching this video are into, I'm gonna leave that link right down below so you guys can check out the entire mix and listen to it whenever you're gaming or studying or driving or whatever you're doing when you're listening to music. It's a chill mix, trust me. Next game is Rally Challenge 2000, and this is it's a little bit difficult because it is arcadey, but it is a little bit more realistic when it comes to the steering. But that's not to say that it is difficult to steer in game. It's really fun with the Wii Wheel. Again, I wouldn't even want to imagine playing this with a N64 controller. That's just cringe. Let's go ahead and go to start. We're just gonna go to a quick race. I'm gonna do an actual race this time. I'm not gonna do any time trials. Let's go to arcade. Easy. The Lancer. Yes. Okay. Australia. Let's do it. Oh, and I think I have a couple people from Australia in my Discord server, so if you're a subscriber or on my Discord and are from Australia, hey, shout out to you, and let me know in the comments below. Let's change the... There we go. Change the view, and it's so much better. Oh, controls so good. And this is a pretty good substitute for Sega Rally. Obviously, they didn't have that on the N64. So if you're craving some rally racing with a bit of an arcade feel, pick this game up. Definitely worth it. It's not too difficult. It does pick up its difficulty later on, but again, it's not impossible. And it does keep that arcadey kind of feel. But if you're looking for something more realistic, don't play anything on the N64. Just get yourself a PS5 and get a racing game on there. Get Gran Turismo 6, and there you go. Have the most realistic racing experience you've ever had. Ooh, 7th out of 9th. Rough. We're gonna go ahead and do one more race on here, and I think that's gonna be it for this video. Spain. Ooh. So the whole thing about with the tilt being sensitive. See? Forward, backwards. There we go. You have to hold it pretty much straight. At least during the menus. And depending on the game, it makes a difference. Yeah, I don't know if the tilting forward and backward affects the sensitivity of the steering on this game, but Ridge Racer 64 and Cruisin' World, for sure. I think those are the same game developers, if I remember correctly, too. So maybe it uses somewhat the same. No, those are two completely different game developers. Never mind, take that back. But for some reason, they made the tilting. Well, I guess now that I'm thinking about the N64 controller and how it worked and how you had to do the steering on there, yeah, it makes sense how you had to push down on, I guess that's like any analog controller, right, when you're steering. It doesn't translate well on the Wii remote for N64 games. Let's see, I'll at least make this checkpoint. I don't know if I'll make the entire race though. I am kind of creeping up though. I'm in 6th place. It's better than the last race. And I have 5th right in front of me. Let's see if I can go inside. I bumped him a little bit. Okay, I bumped him a lot of it. Blah blah. Can't talk and race at the same time. I'm trying to concentrate. I don't want to be out. I think I'm gonna be out. Oh, it's gonna be tight. Oh, 5th place, 1 second to spare. And okay, I did a pretty good job for just jumping in. I haven't played this game for a while, but again, with the Wii remote, it's worth trying a majority of the games out on the N64 with Wii 64 and Not 64 on your Wii. So long as the game works and is compatible, there is a compatibility list online, which I will leave a link to that in the description below too. But if I for some reason forget that, please just head on over to our Discord and I can go ahead and give you guys all the information over there. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you want to see more extensive gameplay on another N64 game with the Wii Wheel, or if you just want to see more games, then let me know. And don't forget to check out the mixes on this channel, because your ears are going to thank you for that. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode. Peace.